Mike Moore Media.
I'm talking to Kathleen Patterson, Mayodan Town Manager. In the new year. Hey, Happy New Year, Kathleen.
Happy New Year to you too, Mike.
Hope everything's off to a good start. And you have 2 new employees. Tell us about that.
We do. Our police department had 2 openings, and we recently hired 2 more officers. So we have Officer Kyle Bolden and Officer Tony, and Tony hopefully will forgive me, Guardo. I'm hoping I pronounced his last name correctly.
Okay.
But they just recently joined us, and we're really excited to have them. And we recently did a promotion, as you know, at our last town meeting of Landon Fellows. He is now a sergeant in our department, and we're very excited about that as well.
You know, it's good to get good news in the police department anywhere these days, but right there in Mayodan, because it's a challenging, difficult job, always looking for good, qualified people. So that's great for Mayodan right now, it sounds like.
Yes, indeed. We're so excited to bring them on board, but also Mayodan has a fantastic police department, and our chief, Charles Caruso, and all of his staff, they do amazing work, and so Mayodan's blessed to have a great force.
That's exactly right. That makes it all happen right there for sure. And, you know, same is true in fire departments. I know they're always recruiting and looking for new people, too. Hard to find sometimes.
It is, especially the volunteers. I'm very appreciative of all of our volunteers that come out and, you know, for using their own time and dedication to help our community. So we are blessed as well there, and we've got a great chief in Dylan Garner, and we're excited with some things that are happening in the fire department as well. So it looks like hopefully 2023 will be a good year.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. Well, we did have a week ago today, as a matter of fact, the regular town council meeting. Maybe go over some of the highlights of that for those that weren't there and maybe didn't hear my report last week, Kathleen. Some of the main things I know you had the audit.
We did. We had our audit presentation by Mr. Trevor Gardner with Rouse, Gardner, and Rouse. And we came out great. Our audit was well. There was no errors or deficiencies in the audit as it was presented, so we were helpful with that, very thankful. Mm-hmm. As always with small towns, you do have some things that unfortunately can't be helped, so we always look at that as well. So, but we came out, Mayodan's in good shape.
Good. And he spoke very highly of your employees and the people that helped him put that audit together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we like I said, I have a great staff. I can definitely not complain. Mayodan's blessed with a lot of very dedicated people.
That's wonderful. Okay. And I know one thing that was mentioned kind of near the end of the meeting, leaf collection. That's wrapping up at the end of this month.
It'll go through to the end of this month, and you know, if you haven't raked your leaves out, we recommend that you go ahead and get them out to the curb. The guys will be coming around picking those up at the end of January. They'll want you to go ahead and start bagging them again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get an update from you, Town Manager, about waterline replacement on West Jackson Street.
Oh, so they are starting to cut the road on that. One of our ARP projects is to replace water lines that are in need of that need to be replaced. They just haven't been, and they've been breaking and things like that. So we want to make sure that our infrastructure is getting repaired with that money, and that's one of the main starts is Jackson Street. Mm-hmm. So they'll start that just recently. Yeah, I think today, since it's all rainy, they may not be out there today, but they may be out there tomorrow.
Yeah, got a couple of good days this week. Yeah, that's a never-ending thing, infrastructure, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I know that it's sometimes you wonder because you don't see that, right? Everything's in the ground. So I know people are like, well, what are you doing with all the tax dollars? Well, a lot of it goes in the ground just to make sure that we have good water and good sewer service to the citizens and make sure everybody is taken care of that way.
Yeah, okay. And residents on North 7th Avenue getting new water meters.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the guys have been out there for a couple of weeks now, just replacing the water meters as they go. So everybody's water stays on until that day where they show up in front of your house. So they'll let you know before they turn anything off and replace that meter right quick, and then you'll be back to service in no time. They're moving along really rapidly with that.
Okay, great. Had a chance to talk to Caesar about some things at Farris Memorial Park coming up this spring. Championship bike race in May. Battle of the Bikes also in May, and just some really that bike trail gets a lot of attention, not only locally but from far and wide, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a really wonderful aspect of Farris Memorial. They've got a great bike trail that anybody can actually actively use, and it's just been identified as one that they like to use for championships, which I think is wonderful too. So you'll see the NICA race come back, and a couple other races are in the works. We also have an arts and crafts market that's being put together for April. So anybody that's interested in that, let us know. That's going to be on April the 15th. So we're looking for all types of vendors and anyone that might want to come out and share their beautiful artwork and their craftswork and sell it to the public. So that will be something to consider. And then we're also looking at bringing Cars and Coffee back. So it'll probably start sometime in May or June. We'll bring Cars and Coffee back to Farris Park as well, and that'll go through October.
Oh, okay. June through October for Cars and Coffee.
Yeah.
All right. People love that.
Yeah, it's a fun, simple event, but a great way for people to come out and see and remind ourselves of what is up at Farris Memorial Park. There's so many things to do up there, and it's just a nice, peaceful place to come and hang out as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know when I was up in that area for many years at the station, the radio station, I would take a nice break and have bring my lunch, have a nice little picnic lunch. That was back in the early days there, the mid to late 80s, but it was a nice spot. I enjoyed.
And it's still that nice, and it's still a great place to do that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Nice trail. Remember that trail around the lake there as well. And okay, so good things happening, and this is going to be another good year for Farris Memorial Park with all of the things coming up, it sounds like. Anything else we need to mention?
Not that I can think of, other than I hope that 2023 is off to a good start for everybody that's listening, and I hope it brings everybody prosperity and peace and happiness.
Well, all the best. Ditto to you as well, and your family and staff. Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
All right, talk to you next month.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. That's Kathleen Patterson. She is a town manager in Mayodan. Yes, I was at that town council meeting last week. The only media person there, so if you do not get to those meetings every month, that's always the second Tuesday in the month at 6 p.m., then you can hear that report right here on Mike Moore Media. And I remind you, as always, be sure to support our Mayodan merchants, so many good hometown businesses in Mayodan, and we certainly appreciate your support. It's always a great idea to shop local. And speaking of shopping local, let me mention our sponsors on the program today. Let's start with Nadine Cobb Accounting and Tax at 103 North 2nd Avenue. This is a full-service accounting firm. Nadine does all of our work for the business and for us personally, so I know what good work she does. And I know what a good photographer she is, and a cat lover, and all of those good things. But she and her staff there, very knowledgeable and professional, and can take care of all of your accounting needs as well. Nadine Cobb Accounting and Tax. And you can get more information right there on her website, and that is nadine.cobb at NCOBBTAX.com. Okay. And then right across the street, we have Dan River Insurance Services. They moved recently from Patterson to downtown Mayodan. Tara Shelton and Casey Brown offer a wide variety of insurance policies and coverage to help protect you and your family, auto, home, business, life, individuals, and businesses. And you'll find them on Facebook at Dan River Insurance Services, Inc. Website, danriverinsurance.com. You can request a quote right there online. How convenient is that? And they're now in downtown Mayodan at 110 North 2nd Avenue. Again, thank you for supporting our hometown businesses in Mayodan.